I think about the thoughts that would run through my head sometimes back when my wife was pregnant. I remember I was building something for my daughter. I don't think it was the crib. It was one of the many other gifts and presents she got for her baby shower. And I remember just the darkest thought ran through my mind, and that was, what if something happens to her and we just have this room full of stuff? What would we ever do? And it was a dark thought, I know it was. And it was something that I haven't really had the courage to think about much in the aftermath of Aurora's stillbirth and death. But it's something I have recently been able to uncover and face. And I realize now that that thought that I had that one day building one of her many things didn't kill her. Thoughts don't work like that. And I didn't dwell on it. I didn't focus on it. I didn't worry about it. I had the thought, and within seconds, I put it out of my head. And I thought mostly good thoughts about her birth. I would think about the moment many times on my walk through my neighborhood, the moment where my wife would give birth to her. And I thought about the songs I would play on her playlist and just the emotions that would be running through my mind and my body as I witnessed such a miracle before my eyes. And it's tough because I'm a sales guy. I've read all the sales books, and I read a lot of self-help and positive thinking books. And there's that whole secret thing. If you focus on what you want, the law of attraction will bring it to you. And despite all of my good thoughts, and despite the emotion I put behind them, and how vivid my imagination would get when I imagine that moment of my daughter being born and her crying and the pure joy my wife and I would feel, I didn't get it. It didn't happen that way. Did the law of attraction not work? I've already explained I don't think it was the negative attraction, because humans, we have weird thoughts like that cross our mind all the time. Sometimes I want to kill people, but I don't act on it. I don't dwell on those thoughts. It's just a natural thing that we as humans face. And I've trained my mind over the years of being in sales and having to remain positive through hardship and rejection and all that comes with a stressful career. So when I had that negative thought of something bad happening to my daughter, I didn't dwell on it. I got it right out of my head. I've trained my mind to do that. So the law of attraction didn't work there. But what is the law of attraction? A lot of people throw it around. A lot of people practice it or think they're practicing it. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of that term, law of attraction. I think it's really been bastardized in a lot of ways. And I think, unfortunately, The Secret has had a lot to do with that. Because the law of attraction isn't about, I'm just going to think real hard and I'm going to get that great parking space in front of the supermarket. That's not the law of attraction at all. What the real law of attraction is, what Napoleon Hill talks about in his classic book, Think and Grow Rich, is very much intertwined with what's called the reticular activating system, or our RAS, that's working in our mind. Because think about it, as humans, we have so many different stimuli, millions and billions of data points that are all around us. Look at your room right now. Just look around. I see a printer. I see a printer table. I see a cable modem. I see chairs. I see a coat rack. I see a desk in front of me, a computer screen. Your mind can't possibly take note of every single data point that's around you, because you would go insane, number one, and number two, you would be paralyzed by the sheer amount of data that's all around you. So how does the law of attraction work, and how can you make it work for you right now after this unfortunate tragedy and this darkness that has taken over your life? You can use it to look for what you are grateful for, because that's what the reticular activating system does. It's like when you buy a new car. Say, I want to buy a Tesla. Never seen Teslas around here before. But if you want to buy a Tesla, all of a sudden, every car you see on the road seems like there's a Tesla there. That's that reticular activating system. Because you told your brain that a Tesla is important to you, now you're seeing more of them, not because there are more of them necessarily, but because you've told your brain that's what's important to you. And out of these billions of data points, that's what I want you to focus on. So now you're taking note when you see that Tesla drive by. So here's what you can do right now and use the law of attraction for your benefit. And that's to think of what you're grateful for. And I know that it might not seem like there's much to be grateful for right now. You just lost your child. All the hopes and the dreams you had as you anticipated for weeks and months is just gone without a rhyme or reason. And as unfair as it is, as unjust as it is, it's happened. And it's very hard to be grateful. But if you tell your mind to look for reasons to be grateful, you'll find those reasons. I'm grateful that I was there at the ultrasound appointment with my wife when we found out that Aurora had died in the womb. I'm grateful that I was there and that my wife wasn't alone, or she didn't have to call me on the phone and break the news to me. I'm grateful that my wife reacted to the inducement right away and that it didn't take hours and days. I'm grateful we had a great nursing staff, a caring and compassionate nursing staff that took such great care of us. I'm grateful that my wife, despite having a 105-degree fever, responded to the antibiotics, and she's still here with me today. I'm grateful that I got to witness her give birth to my daughter. I'm grateful I got to see my daughter in her arms immediately after she was delivered. I'm grateful I got to hold my daughter, Aurora, skin to skin while she was still warm. I'm grateful that a very kind person donated a cuddle cot to the hospital so that it would preserve my daughter longer and that we had more time to be with her. I'm grateful for my family who drove 4 hours just to be able to share some of those brief moments with us. I'm grateful for my family and my friends who've been there for me, who've given me an outpouring of support. I'm grateful for my community. I'm grateful for the people I didn't even know very well who have reached out to me, who've offered me help, who've offered to help us in any way they can. I'm grateful for the people who've cooked us a meal or brought us a meal or even brought cupcakes or muffins or cookies to our door. I'm grateful for all of that. I'm grateful for my wife to have someone to go through this and experience this with, to share in the sorrow and also the love at the same time. I'm grateful for God, who's, despite the tragedy here, who has protected us at every turn, who has shown us mercy and shown us great love. And I'm thankful for my daughter, Aurora Rae, who, although she's not here with me on earth, I know is with me in spirit, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to see her again someday.